Hey peeps, it's your girl AmberCharmayne. You already know what's up. And I am back with a chit chat. Like, get ready with me. I mean, it's not going to be a full outfit and everything. I'm just going to be doing my makeup and we're going to chat. So I want to start a series just since back to school is happening. Like, a lot of colleges are opening back up and having, I don't know if they're doing online classes once the students get there or if they're still doing in-person classes, just like social distance, which I don't know because it's college, IDK. But I want to go ahead and start a series where I'm kind of giving just some tips for all of the college students and people in school, period. Like, a lot of people in high school, entering high school, can learn from this as well. And if you start these habits in high school, you won't have to learn them for college. Like, you'll already be ready to go. This actually is a good advice for high school students as well, because if you learn some of these things, then you are kind of set for life, because college prepares you even more for life, just because it really opens you up and solidifies like what the world's about as like a young person. And you know, I think people think that high school is going to be so much different from college, and really what I'm about to tell you in this video is not really, boo-boo. So definitely starting this in high school is going to be a game changer. And y'all already know, if you are not new to the channel, then you should already be subscribed. But if you know you're just testing me out, you just testing the waters, you know, and you back to do that, make sure you pump the brakes, pump them, and hit that subscribe button down below for your girl. I really need y'all to do that. That helps me out so much. And make sure you hit that thumbs up button. That helps me out as well. You guys are going to love this video, especially if you are anxious for college. This is going to really help you out. I really wish that I had a video that told me all these things for school, and I'm really not gonna make it too long of a video. So let's go ahead and get into that video. Hey peeps, I am back. I already did my brows. As you can see, my brows have to be a little bit thicker because of me not having them what is it called, arched. Yeah, I don't have them arched, so they're a little bit thicker right now. Don't judge me. And also I put on my primer, Smashbox 24-hour photo finish primer, and now I am going into the Urban Decay palette. Born to Run is the palette that I'm using. So I am using the BAJA orange color right here to go into my, what is it called, transition. So I'm just gonna start talking to you guys about all this college business as I do my makeup. So one thing that I really wanted to talk about with y'all as far as college is making sure that you advocate for yourself. So advocating for yourself is really important, and I'm going to explain exactly what that means, because maybe some people have not had to advocate for themselves before because, you know, you were 18 and under and you were under your parents' guidance and everything legally. So maybe you had like really good parents that made sure that you didn't have to handle a thing, and they always, you know, came to your rescue. And I really think that is what parents are supposed to do, to make sure you're good and you don't have to do that much, especially when you don't have to. Like, you don't have to while you're under your parents' guidance, as long as, you know, they are willing to take that on for you. Because the thing is that as you get older and as you maneuver in the world and you are not under your parents' guidance, you're an adult and people are expecting you to act and behave as such, you have to advocate for yourself. So in a sense, it kind of means stand up for yourself. But it's more in a more professional way, or in a way that will really get people to truly see your side of things. So you can't just, you know, pop off or be upset or argue with people. What you have to do is kind of explain to them where you're coming from and, you know, ask them to do what you need them to do. So for instance, I can give you guys an example for myself. So there was this one time, I think it was like my junior year, I was having trouble like staying awake in one of my classes, and it was an early morning class. Mind you, you're in college, you get to pick your classes, but if a class is only offered once at one time, then you kind of have no choice. And also, just depending on what profession you're going in, you have to also think about what is going to be your options as far as your schedule, and is that something that you really can do or not? So the teacher finally like said something to me about staying awake in her class and stuff like that, and I pretty much told her, and you know, instead of just taking her little beating that she was trying to give me, you know, I pretty much told her, I understand what you're saying and I understand that I need to stay awake, but I also need you to know that I was not able to pick this class for what fit me. This was the only option, was to take this class at this time. And especially with everything else that I have to do, I have other classes, I have other work. I am tired at this time of the morning. And then we're sitting in here, you have all these PowerPoints and you keep turning the lights down. You keep turning the lights down, and then you want me to stay awake while you lecture me the majority of the class. I pretty much told her, like, you are one of the teachers that, you know, talk about different learning styles and things like that. So I need from you, for me to stay up, I need like that not to be done so much. Like, I need to get up, I need to be talking, I need to be doing all this stuff if you want me to be able to operate this early in the morning. So that was me advocating for myself. Like, I didn't just, you know, sometimes I think we get so like puzzled with certain circumstances in our life that when it gets addressed, or you know, we weren't prepared for it to be addressed, we kind of freeze up. But what we really need to do is practice and start building habits, at least in our mind, to let ourselves know that in this moment, this is the perfect moment that we need to advocate for ourselves. Because if we let this moment pass, that person is going to win. That person is going to just run with what they just said and act like, you know, they just kind of put you in your place. But no, there's two sides to things, and people don't have to agree with how you feel, and they don't have to change, but you owe it to yourself to advocate for yourself. Another situation where I could have advocated for myself and I didn't even realize, it was like a whole situation about how I realized, wow, I could have did that. Like, I didn't even realize. So for instance, I was taking this really hard math class and I was not doing well, and I was putting all my energy into this math class so I could pass it. But because I was putting all my energy into that class, I was taking a psych class, and this was like my freshman year, I do believe. I was taking a psych class and I was doing so bad in the class, because like psych and sociology classes, they have you do a lot of reading, and especially with sociology, they have you do a lot of papers where you have to write. And for this class, it wasn't a lot of writing and papers, but it was a lot of reading in order to pass the test. And there were only like 4 tests for the whole quarter or semester. I forget what we were on at that time. So pretty much I had a situation where I needed to take a test at a different time than everybody else. So the teacher was there, I was taking my test, or actually, you wanna know what? No. I was just one of the last people in the room to do a test, and then somebody had walked in and talked to the teacher, and they were like, oh, so when can I talk to you about my retake? And I was like, retake? Because that person, like, I was just listening, eavesdropping on their conversation. That person pretty much had already taken the test. They had done bad, just like I was doing bad, and they had worked out with the teacher somehow, some way. I don't know if it was in the syllabus that they were allowed to do this. I don't know if I missed it and didn't read my syllabus the way I was supposed to, or that person just simply advocated for themselves so they could do well in the class. But that person was talking to the teacher about retaking tests earlier in the class that he had done bad on, the same ones I did bad on, and he was about to retake his and get a better grade. And I wasn't. I was like, when I was eavesdropping on that conversation, I was like, mind freaking blown. I was like, I could have asked him to retake the test? Advocating for yourself. Don't just take that L. You are paying money for that L. Don't just take that L, but also make sure that you are doing what you can do. Don't be out here partying. Don't be out here, you know, just spending your refund check and wanna second chance. Like, no. Make sure that you're doing what you can do, and then even when that isn't really going that well for you, advocate for yourself. Make sure that you are trying your best. And also, another thing with trying your best and being able to adequately advocate for yourself is make sure that you are meeting with your teachers in their office hours. Now, people always say, make sure you introduce yourself to your teachers on the first day. Make sure they know your name and all that business. Let me tell you, watching people go up to the teacher and shake hands and say, oh, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Katie Elms. Nice to meet you. And then they don't have no other conversation to be had. It's awkward. It's so awkward. Do not do that. Don't do it. No matter how many times people tell you to do it, do not do it. Don't do it. It's so awkward having to watch that. And then especially when you have something real to say to the teacher, or you like really need help with something, or you know, whatever random stuff might happen on the first day, and now this person's sitting here being awkward and you actually have to wait and watch it happen, all this awkward business. It's like, literally kill me. Like, no, don't do that. What you want to do to build a relationship with your teacher and make a lasting impression on your teacher is participate in class, especially when participation is part of your grade. It's so embarrassing and awkward, once again, to see people all throughout class not participate when it's a part of the grade, and you're like, dang, you gonna fail or what? Like, and if you are somebody that has like anxiety talking in front of people and doing all that type of stuff, that's completely understandable. Make sure you reach out to the teacher. Make sure you go meet with the teacher and let them know that that's something that is really hard for you, and ask them and work with them and see if there is something that they can do to help you. Ask them to like wean you. I don't know if it's like, you can say that, wean you in, wean you into your participation, or make sure you tell them like if there's any way to have variations of how we're supposed to get our participation in. Make sure that you meet with them about that. So once again, the main point is make sure you're meeting with your teacher throughout your class. Make sure that when you have a paper, even if you know you got the paper in the bag, understand these are people working on PhDs or that have PhDs. They have written dissertations. You might think you're a good writer. You might have it in the bag to get an A, to get a 95%, to get a 99. That teacher is going to get you a 100. That teacher is going to get you a 92 to a 95, a 95 to a 99. Make sure you meet with your teacher. Also, an example that I have from when I was meeting with my teachers. Now, this was in a math class. So I was meeting with this teacher because I was struggling in the class, and I'm good at math, but for some reason in the beginning of my math classes I always struggle every time. I'm not even doing my makeup right now. I really need to be doing my makeup. So I'm meeting with this teacher to try to do better, and I take a test, and this is once I started like kind of doing better. I take a test and I wrote out the right steps but somehow wrote the wrong answer. Do you understand? This man X'd out the wrong answer, circled and said correct work, gave me full points for the question. Do you think he would have did that if I wasn't meeting with him every single day or every other day? No, he would not have done that if I wasn't participating in class. He wouldn't have done that if I wasn't staying after class. He wouldn't have done that if he didn't know how hard I was trying. So, and that's also, you know, like I said, it goes hand in hand with advocating for yourself. That is showing that teacher how much you are advocating and pushing for yourself to do well, and in turn they're going to advocate for you. Also, a big tip that I want to give you guys is to make sure that you read your syllabus. Read the whole entire thing. I don't care if that teacher put out 10 pages of a syllabus. You better be reading it, because whether it's your money, your parents' money, or loans, somebody's paying this. Understand that this is money on the line no matter which way it go. So read your syllabus, because all it's going to do is help you. Because what if that teacher from the psychology class had it in his syllabus that you could retake tests and I missed that? Like, maybe that was my fault. I don't know. Because it was literally the end of the class at that point. I couldn't ask him to retake anything. I didn't even have time because it was finals. Like, I didn't have time to like reread and relearn. Like, at that point it was a L. Real quick, I'm about to go in with Punk and Hellride in the crease. So yeah, make sure you read your syllabus, because I started paying attention to my syllabus a whole lot more my junior and senior year, and there were so many things in there that my teachers were doing to just help us. Like, you could turn in a paper like a day late and you only lost 10% of your grade. So you could still get an A. Like, you could still get a 90%. But if you needed that extra time, you could take it without even discussing it with the teacher. You just will automatically miss that 10%. Like, that's things that you need to know. And then it even said if you need more time than just the one day, email the teacher. So you might be sitting over here tripping and losing your mind because you can't get something done, and all you have to do is talk to the teacher, and they're not even gonna be mad because they gave you the loophole. One of my other tips as well, this is like maybe the biggest tip of them all that I'm gonna give you guys. And once again, it like just goes back to what I was saying with like opening your eyes to like what life really is after high school. And this might like may sound not so good for some people if you're like hoping that certain things from high school were never going to be like a thing once you graduate. But really, one of the things, and some people might disagree with me, like let me know if you disagree with me, like you went to college, you've lived life, and you don't feel the same way. I feel like life is just a big popularity contest. That's what I feel like. That's like one of the biggest things that I learned from college is no matter what, people want to be next to the person that's most known, the prettiest. Like that's what people gravitate towards. You can set yourself up, like even if you are like one of the shyest, nerdiest, whatever type of person, if you were not the most popular person for whatever reason in high school, college is a great way to reinvent yourself, especially if you're not going with friends, or say you didn't have a lot or any friends in high school. Take college as a time to reinvent yourself if you want to. Now the thing is, I'm not saying that you're not going to have a good life if you're not the prettiest person, or people think you're the prettiest person, or if you're not the most popular. Everybody doesn't want to be popular. Everybody doesn't want to look a certain way, because sometimes it brings attention that you don't want as well. So if you are fine with how you are already, then really ultimately that's all that matters, is that you are happy. So I'm just saying this for the person who might be super green like I was, because I literally thought college was to get an education, to get a job. You go to college, you take it seriously, and you get out. And I got to college and it was just high school all over again, just with more people. and also with more lasting impressions. Because you really want to go to college. People that say college is a waste of time, those are people that I feel like did not stick it out or did not go. College is for, if anything, college is for connections. College is to meet people. College is to network. And it's such a great networking place. Like, you get to have opportunities that you would never have anywhere else, like the study abroads, the trips that you can go on with different orgs. Like, I went to North Carolina with a, what's it called? With surf club. I was a part of the surf club my freshman year. And I went to North Carolina and I surfed and went to the ocean for the first time in my life. Also, another non-traditional study abroad that I did in college, I went to LA for the first time in my life. First time on a plane. Both times that I went on a plane, my first 2 times, was because of untraditional study abroad trips in college. And I got scholarships, I think at least for one of them, if not both. I got like money to help me go. Like, y'all, like, these are opportunities and ways to network that, how are you going to get them otherwise? You're going to have to grind. You're going to have to hope, and you're going to have to pray. You're going to have to get lucky. You're going to have to put yourself in the most optimum position to get these opportunities outside of school. But with school, they're just there for you, and you have to do it. That's it. Yeah, like, I just think that that's an amazing opportunity, and I think that people need to make sure that they're going into college knowing that, because I didn't. I literally like hunkered down and focused on school and got a double major and just thought, like, you know, I'm gonna get my degrees and I'm gonna go. But really, if I would have known what I'm telling you right now, I personally would not have double majored. I would have done 1 major, maybe a minor. I would have graduated early, because I had done post-secondary in high school. I would have decided to graduate early in 3 years, and I would have made sure that I networked. I would have came in focused. I would have been more focused on figuring out what it is that I want to do with my life, and make sure that I am making everybody aware that I am marketing myself that way. I would have, if I would have known what I'm telling you right now, I feel like I would have reached my dreams, or where I'll be in 2 years, I could have been 2 years ago. So now I'm just putting concealer on my eyes to make sure when I put down the concealer, or not concealer, the eyeshadow, that it is able to adhere better and show up better. Also, with networking, you don't have to use it just like for business. Of course, you know, if you gain friendships and stuff like that, you know, those people are going to want to see you succeed, so they obviously are going to support whatever you do later on. But also, I think college is a great way to make lifelong friends that have the same, what is it called, mindset as you. So I really wish that, like, I would have made more friends in college and met more people, and, you know, just like have fun and chilled and saved money by not double majoring. So in general, even if you're not trying to network, even if you don't know what it is exactly you want to do, make sure that you're making lifelong friends. Make sure that you leave college a group of people. Like, make sure on graduation day, like, you have those people that you can take pictures with and share memories with, and that you struggled with, and y'all can laugh about it later. Like, make sure that you do that and not just focus on your schoolwork. Okay, so for the colors on my lid, I'm gonna go into Ignite and Smog. I'm gonna mix those two together. Really? Actually, no, I'm going to do Double Life and Ignite. That's what I'm gonna mix together, because they're both like this coppery kind of, what's it called? Like low-key rose goldy type of color. Actually, this color Accelerate is really cute too, and is more rose goldy. I'm gonna mix those 3. Accelerate, Double Life, and Ignite on the lid. Y'all, I'm only on my foundation. I'm like trying to multitask. Okay, and the last and final advice thing that I am going to tell you guys is to make sure that you are meeting with your advisor. Now, you need to meet with your advisor, like it's required, like as a freshman to start. At least at my college it was. Like you really couldn't do anything or get like your classes approved unless you met with your advisor. So you might know what classes you need to take, but if you don't talk to your advisor about it and meet with them so they can make sure you're on the right track and stuff, at my college you could not get your classes approved for you to take and start the semester. So you're supposed to be meeting with them like it's a requirement, but even if it's not a requirement, you need to meet with your advisor to make sure that you're on their good side and that they know like what your hopes and dreams and aspirations are, you know, in general, and more specifically with your college experience, because you might need them to sign off on something at some point. When I was double majoring, I was taking 18 to like 22 credit hours, and anything above 16 you need your signature of your advisor. And because I got good grades and, you know, for the most part stayed on top of everything, my advisor would sign off because she knew that I had kind of proven with regular workload I was able to handle it and use my resources adequately. So make sure you are talking to your advisor, but more importantly, I say that not because you need your advisor to tell you what to do. Like, people act like advisors are supposed to be your sole person that tells you what to do for you to graduate. Keyword, you need to be in control of your life from the time you turn 18 on. Even if it's your parents that are paying for your college, and even if they give you some type of ultimatum, you need to be in control of your life. Because if you end up 50, 40 years old and you aren't happy with your life because you never did any of the things you wanted to do because you were listening to this person and this person and this person and this person and not yourself, what are you gonna do then? You have to be in control of your life. You have to do the things that you feel deep down in your core. Not the things you want to do, not the things that you think are cool to do for now, but what is it really in your core, deep down in the pits of your soul? If you believe in God, like, what is God telling you to do? What's the universe telling you to do? What are all the chakras in the world telling you to do? What do you feel deep down inside? So with that being said, you have to be in control. You need to meet with your advisor to learn how to read the DARs. At my school, we call them DARs. So your DARs told you all the classes that you needed to take or the classes that you could choose from to graduate, to fulfill your major requirements and your college requirements. So you need to go to your advisor to learn how to read them. You need to seek out a mentor or somebody that you meet that is a upperclassman to show you how to read your DARs. You need to seek out as many people as you need to that can help you read those DARs, so that you know what classes you can and cannot take to fulfill certain requirements. And also, you need to be asking questions about your course catalog. So there's a course catalog where you see what times classes are, what classes you can take, what classes are for certain majors. When you go into your course catalog, you might be able to see, well, oh, it says this can meet this requirement, but I don't see it on my DARs or whatever your college calls it. Then you can ask your advisor, can I take this? And then your advisor is going to check for you, and then they will say yes or no. But what if it's a yes and you didn't take it upon yourself to do anything other than what your advisor told you, and they're telling you what's on the paper, but sometimes the paper ain't got everything. Imagine if the paper had everything. It probably don't even got space for all that. So you have to be in control. You have to be doing the research. You need to pay attention. You need to say, I'm interested in this. Is it a way for that to meet a requirement or not? It's yes or no. But it's non-existent, yes or no, if you aren't doing the work. So make sure that you know how to read your DARs and that you are picking the classes that you want and not just listening to somebody else. Because so many people say in their college experience, my advisor was supposed to tell me this and they didn't. Or my advisor said I needed this class, but I didn't. Why are you listening to that person so blindly? Why are you listening to that person like you have to understand, this is still a person, this is still a human being with a life. When they clock out, when they're not talking to you, you don't know what has happened in their life when they got there that day. The day that they tell you that you need something or don't need something or whatever might be the day that they wife, husband, or whoever just told them they want a divorce. Like, you don't know what's happening in that person's life. So you need to be in control of your life, because you can't control theirs and you can't control what requirements they have for their job. They have other things that they have to do as advisors that to keep their position. They have other students that they are attending to. They have a full life just like you do. So make sure that you are in control of yours. Make sure that you are not allowing somebody else to completely be the deciding factor on what your college experience is, because a lot of your college experience is what classes you're in. Make sure you try to and advocate for yourself, once again advocating for yourself, to take the classes you want to take. Create the experience that you want. It's just a question and some research. And before every single semester, you have winter break, you have spring break, and you have summer break. You have the breaks to do the research. You might be busy during the school year, but you got the breaks before the semester starts to do the research and bring it up to your advisor if need be. So that's one of my biggest pieces of advice. Do not just do what's on that paper, and do not just do what your advisor tells you. Make sure you ask the questions. Make sure you do what you can to create that full experience that you deserve, especially, you know, especially if it's you paying the money, whether it's loans or outright or whatever. Especially if it's you, because I had scholarships and loans. I have to pay back that money. My parents are not about to pay back that money. Nobody's paying back that money for me. Nothing is about to be I'm not banking on anything being forgiven. Girl, I'm about to get that money. I'm about to get y'all little thousands, and I'm gonna move on with my life. But I learned along the way to advocate for myself in different ways, and ultimately 100% I say going to college is worth it. But some of the things that I told you in this video are things that can make your experience that much more worthwhile, if I said that right. But yes, it can make your experience absolutely amazing if you follow the advice that I'm giving you guys, especially with, you know, networking, making friends, having a good time. I double majored, and if I didn't double major, I just know I would have had so much time on my hands. So like when I was around everybody else that just had one major, I was just like, what you tripping about? What you tripping about? Like, what? What are you tripping about? You get to go do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and I'm sitting over here doing work. So if you just have one major, you have so much time. Like, you have so much time, even if it doesn't feel like you have so much time. If you want to know that you have so much time, push yourself to take 18-20 credit hours one semester, and then the next semester when you don't, you gonna realize you have so much time. You have so much time. So yeah, that's everything that I wanted to tell you guys. I hope that was helpful. I hope this opened your eyes to what life is about. Like, you get out of high school, you have more freedom, you're able to do things on your own, make decisions on your own. this is the start of your life. Life doesn't start after college. Really, life doesn't start after high school. Like, your life has already started. What are you doing to create the life that you want? Even if you don't know what it is you want to do in life, there are probably certain things that you know you want at the end of the day. If you want fame at the end of the day, what are you doing to get it? If you want money and not fame, or even if you want both, what are you doing to get it? If you just want to live a comfortable life, what are you doing to get it? If all you want to do is to be a mom, what are you doing to get it? Like, what are you doing to get your bottom line? So, you know, life has started, and I hope that this helps you guys open your eyes to that and to actually do what it is that you want to do to create the life that you want. For many, college is the first step to that. So I hope that this helps you start off right, and I hope that you have an amazing college experience, because literally it's amazing, and I would not trade even the mistakes and things that I made along the way in college for anything in the world, because it taught me so much and it made me who I am today, and I love who I am today. And hopefully through your mistakes and things that you learn, you grow to accept and forgive and love yourself. And yeah, I just hope that this video will aid you in that. So if you like this video, make sure you thumbs up, and make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you comment and let me know if this was helpful to you, and share this with somebody who is going to college. If you are a person that's going to college and have friends, or if you are an elder of somebody going to college, make sure you share this video with them. Sorry, the lighting has kind of changed a little bit, but this is the final look, y'all. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you enjoyed doing makeup with me. It wasn't like, you know, a technical teach y'all how to do makeup, but just so y'all can watch and see me doing something as we talk. And, you know, even though I'm doing my makeup in this video, this advice goes for girls and boys. So I hope that you all enjoyed it once again, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.